Alright everybody, welcome to a tutorial on how to set up Discal bot using the Lazy Discal program. It's a tool that makes setting up events and announcements for those events is easier to do. Um, it's advisable to go ahead and learn the commands. However, this just makes it a lot quicker for you so that you're not having to manually type every command in yourself. This program is provided by the developers of Discal, so it's completely trustworthy. I've used it several times already with experimenting with Discal and setting up events and everything for my guild in the Elder Scrolls Online. So, without further ado, I'll go ahead and show you where to get it from, what to click on, and everything. Make it as simple and user-friendly as possible. So here I went ahead and got a pen program so I can circle everything that you need to know. Um, so let me switch over to the highlighter, and you're gonna see right here the website is discalbot.com. This is the homepage for that site. So I'll show you directly how to get to it. As I'm sure you've already even noticed that the Lazy Discal tab is right here. All you do is click that, and this will come up telling you about it. Like it says here, its purpose is to make your life easier. That way you don't have to remember every single last command, because if you click over here on commands, we have tons of commands that we can go through. So it's probably a good idea to go ahead and bookmark this page. That way you can get to it at any time so that you can edit in each individual aspect of the events and announcements. So we'll go ahead and go back to the Lazy Discal tab. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to click here. It's only available for Windows. If you're a Mac user, I'm sorry. If I'm not mistaken, they are working on um, for Mac and Linux, which is noted here. And you can run it via Wine. I do not know what Wine is. I'm running Windows 10, obviously. So sorry if you're a Mac or Linux user. We'll go ahead and I'm not going to click this because I've already done it. I've already set it up and everything. It's really quick. Download time is nil. It's honestly very fast and it's a very small program. So we will go ahead and open that up. So I'm going to minimize this, minimize Discord, and right here is Lazy Discal. So we're going to double click that. Okay, so we have here Lazy Discal. Um, we'll go ahead and open up a Discord here, and so there you go. So what's going to happen when you do set this up? When you're finally finished setting up your event and any announcements that you want to do, when you click submit, you'll have 10 seconds to switch over to Discord. Okay, it's very important that you do this. Otherwise, it will start trying to type it into whatever window you have as your active window, and if it detects that it's not Discord, it'll just immediately cancel everything. Um, so you don't have to worry about like a spam of information just going willy-nilly. As soon as it attempts to enter in a command into the window, it'll detect whether or not it's Discord, and if it's not, it'll immediately stop. So first, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to do it step by step from a blank slate, and then I'll also show you the saving and loading of events. That way, it makes things much simpler for you if you have a template. So I happen to have an event to set up for my guild. I'm going to be doing a live stream Elder Scrolls Online class for our beginners. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to determine the date. So today is Friday the 12th. Um, and my event's going to be on Monday, which would be uh, 13th, 14th, 15th. So we'll go ahead and set that. Don't worry about your end date unless your event is going to last multiple days. Um, Otherwise, you'll click multi-day, and it'll give you the ability to go ahead and set an end date as well. But mine's just going to be for the single day. Next, you're going to want to do your start time and your end time. Now, if it's an all-day event, just click all day. You won't have to worry about this. Uh, but, 9 times out of 10, you're going to have a start time at least. Uh, so generally what I do, because most events, especially in the guild, don't really have a set time limit. What I'll do is I'll just do the start time, and then an hour later it quote unquote ends. Um, and you can actually see it here in effect with our raffle drawing, which I actually have to edit, and I'll show you how to edit things um, towards the end of the video. So next thing to do is our start time. I'm gonna start the time probably start at about 6 p.m. my time. Now, this is very important when it comes to your start time and end time, and I learned this the hard way. Um, when you set up your calendar in Discord for the first time, not an event, the actual calendar, you'll have to set it up in a time zone. Now, our guild master lives in the Eastern time zone, and I live in Central. So you'll see right here, let me go ahead and highlight that. Change the color, make it easier. So you see right here where it says America, New York. I guess that's not really easier to read. Uh, so it says America, New York right here, right? So obviously that's Eastern time. I live in Central, so you want to make sure that the time that you're setting isn't in your time zone, but it's in the calendar's time zone. Otherwise, you're going to end up getting announcements happening at the wrong times, and people will start showing up at the wrong times, and it's just a real pain. So make sure you remember to set it in the calendar's time zone. So since I'm going to do it at 6, what I'll need to do is set it as 7 for Eastern time. Also, this is military time done at a 24-hour, not 12-hour time format. So for 6 p.m., I'm going to have to put in 18. So at 1800, my event will start. Now, a simple way to remember how to do military time or 24-hour format is to just, if your time is in PM, just take what time, for instance, 6, and add it to 12. So it's as simple as that, and you'll be able to remember it. So, and then I'll set the end time for 1900. There we go. Um, So the next thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to do your summary. Now the summary, it's not well worded right here. It says summary, but what it really means is your title. Um, where you'll actually put your summary is in the description. So if you wanna expand on what your event is, you'll put that in the description, which is the next step. The summary has a limit to the amount of characters you have. The description is over 1,000 characters. So you can make a long description if you need to, and you can just literally just click that, and there you have a whole box for your description if you need to. So we'll go ahead and do our summary. So we're going to do Kyosuke's ESO classroom. All right, and so now what we'll do, and that will be the title of the event. So now what we'll do is we'll go into here and edit the description. I'll go ahead and open the box, even though normally I don't do that, but for demonstration's sake, I'll go ahead and open up the box and do it. So we'll just do a simple description here. We'll join Kyosuke on stream for an open forum format class on the basics of ESO, including making money, leveling characters, and leveling skill lines, etc. Very simple. Doesn't have to be super long. Just a brief description of what you need to do. Now you can also adjust the color of it. I haven't really experimented with this just yet, because frankly, it's not. I feel that it's not really vital. The main thing that I want to use these for is the announcements, which we'll get into here in just a moment. But you can even add an image to it for if you want, or a location. So if say you're not doing this for a guild like I am, if say you're doing this as a way to get together with friends and family, and you want to meet at the Olive Garden down the road, you can add, the location that you want to meet at. Um, so the next thing that we want to decide is this going to be a recurring event? You can make this a daily event, weekly event, bi-weekly event, monthly, yearly. There's so many options. You can even make it hourly, which is kind of ridiculous. But hey, if you do maybe like a trivia event every hour or something, go for it. You can do this. And you do the counts. So if you want to, if it's weekly throughout the month of October, you can just put the count as 4. Um, Interval will be the frequency. So if you want to do weekly, you set it to 1. So every week. Um, if you want it every 2 weeks, you do 2, 3 for every 3 weeks, etc. If you want it to be indefinite, then you just change the count to 0 or -1. Very simple. I just go 0. It's the easiest to remember. Circles an infinite loop, infinite. There you go. But we're not going to make this event recurring. I have a shifting schedule at work, so I am not 100% sure I'll be able to do it at the exact same time next week. Um, so now we do announcements. I always do 3 announcements, and to add announcements, you just click the little plus sign, check this box, click the little plus sign, check this box. So that's 3 announcements. You can do more than 3 if you check this box and click this. Then you can do up to 30. We'll go ahead and enter 30. So now we have this massive list of announcements. This actually has it going up to 33, so I guess it's an extra 30. I misread the website. It's an extra 30, so you can have up to 33 announcements. Turn it off by just unclicking that. Uh, so now what we want to do is, how often do I want my guild to be reminded of this? So generally I'll do at least an hour before. We'll do a 30 minutes. Oh, almost made a mistake there. Make sure you put your minutes in the minutes slot. I made that mistake and had to manually adjust uh, to announcements for several events. And then we'll do one for 10 minutes. Okay. So very simple with the times there. Um, From what I've seen, you can do it up to 24 hours in advance. I wouldn't try to do it any farther, because it starts to get a little iffy there. So with your extra info, you can add an extra description to it. I generally don't bother with it unless I'm just throwing in the title again. But when the announcement pops, this is what the announcement is. So it has the event name, the event description, the event date, the event time, etc. So really, you don't need to add extra information. If you want to, uh, you can add that in, and then say you want every announcement to have that, you can just click here and click yes, and it'll copy it all into there. The same thing goes with the channel. Now the channel is very important because it dictates where um, the announcement appears. I if you enter in if you enter in a channel that you don't actually have, and you see over here we have a list of channels. If you add a channel that you don't actually have, it will post into the original channel that you started the event in. So like I made the mistake and I wanted to go into events and I left off the S. So it posts in Discord calendar channel. So it's a little wonky. If you just make sure your information is precise. That way you don't have any issues. So I want this event to go in the events channel. And same thing as with extra info. If you want every announcement to be in the same channel, just click here and it will copy it all the way across. Very simple to do. So we've already done our time, so let's go to subscribers. Subscribers is a very interesting thing. So it took me a while to figure out how to do subscribers properly. Especially if any of my guildmates are watching this video right now, they can attest to how much experimenting with this program and with the commands uh, has really messed with things. The my poor guildmates have gotten so many Discord notifications, it's ridiculous. But anyway, I'm getting off track. So with the subscribers, you can do individual usernames. So say I want it to at me. And by at me, I mean when you type in Discord, if you type in at Kyosuke, here you can do a mention to me. So it'll actually flag me. So it'll create a tone that will sound through my speakers to let me know that somebody has mentioned me. Somebody has said something specifically for me to see. Um, so it works really, it's really important for announcements so that whoever that announcement is for will get the tone to say, hey, something's going on and you need to look at it. So you can do individual people. You can do role ID numbers. You can't just put in the role. Okay, you can't. You have to have the ID number. And to do the ID number, all you have to do is do a / first and then at it. So / at admin. Interesting. It didn't pop up the way it had been. Pardon me. And by the way, I'm doing this without a script. So it's my first video. Have mercy. But you can see here there's a lot of testing. A lot of testing going on. Um, so we have, you see, my partner here is testing the um, roles, doing the roles. So I'm trying to find here. It's coming up here. any second. There will be a small block of it where I was testing. Right here. So it was here at admin. That's weird. Okay. Um, well, how very unprofessional of me. A quick Google search will help you. Just type in how to find role ID numbers in Discord. That's all I did, and it was the first Reddit post told me about it. But the big one is that you can actually add everybody. And that is as simple as just typing in everybody in here, and it will add everybody. Same thing as the channel and the extra info. If you want it all across the board, just click here, click yes. There we go. So say you've already created an event. If you have already created the event, but you need announcements and you did not create the announcements, you can do only submit announcements. That way, you can create announcements for events that you've already done in the past. So that's a neat little feature that they've got here. But now that we've got this all done, we're ready to click submit. Now, if you're not 100% sure of how this is going to work for you, or if you're just testing it, go ahead and click this little box here. Because that box right here, right there, is going to make it to where you have to manually confirm the event. So we'll go ahead and leave that box checked just so that you can see it work. Now, this is kind of fun to watch, and this is why I say my poor guildmates, because they got so many notifications by creating one event, and I was creating 3 to start with. So witness and observe. So we're going to click here. It's going to start a countdown right there. And then we just got to click into this, make Discord our active window, and wait. There it goes. Whole strings of information. Now, the script is paused, so you can review or edit your information, confirm the event. So this does not make it to where you have to manually type in the um, command to confirm it. It will still run the confirm command, but it does pause it so that you can look at it, so that you can check. Event name slash summary. Kaios case ESO classroom. Okay, event description. All right, that looks good. Recurrence, no recurrence. Start date. Uh, the date is not your average American format. Um, you know, because we of course have to be different from the rest of the world. This is the rest of the world format. So it's year first, month, and date. Time, it will put it into a standard time for you. So if you're not 100% sure of your military time, it will put it into a standard format. That way you can check it to make sure that it is proper. Um, Event end date, event end time, location, everything looks good. Continue. Please take a moment to copy the event ID on screen. You have 10 seconds. Click OK. Where's It didn't pop up. Hmm. Okay, let's click OK. That's interesting. That's the first time that has happened to me. So we'll go ahead and cancel this. Um, and we'll go ahead and cancel this. So we're gonna event cancel. It looks like it didn't confirm it for some reason. We'll go ahead and event cancel. That command will terminate the creation. Luckily, this does not change. So let's do this again. I think I might know where I went wrong there. Normally, I don't run the review because I've got some experience with running the lazy discal program. Um, so I think I figured out. I think I just skipped a step by accident here. Okay, so you do actually have to confirm this yourself. Uh, for some reason, this did not run the way it was supposed to. So we'll go ahead and event confirm. Boom. That's the ID that you need right there. This is what's supposed to pop up. So we'll click yes. Please take a moment. As soon as you Control C copy that, it'll start back up. Boom. So it's creating our first announcement. Now this will take a little minute because it's creating 3 separate announcements. And it will make you confirm every announcement. This should work fine though. Yeah, see that worked fine. So you do have to confirm the event manually. However, the announcements will confirm automatically for you every time. Last one. There you go. That's how you create those. Very simple program to run, very easy to do, very user friendly. You don't have to memorize your commands. You just plug in the information and let it go and let it do itself. The only thing that you have to manually do is you have to manually copy the event ID before doing the announcement info. Um, and if you do the review, you have to manually confirm the event. That's it. That's the only commands that you will have to learn, and it tells you how to do it. If you see right here, it tells you how to set subscribers. Um, so it's a really, really well made bot. Very impressive. Um, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and show you how to edit um, events. So the first thing that we're going to want to do is we're going to want to do exclamation point event. I believe it's show, and we'll just hit 20 even though we don't have 20. Okay, no, that's not correct. We'll do event list 20. No. Okay. Well, like I said, you'll just want to you'll just want to have the commands available. I would highly suggest you bookmark the page. So we'll just come down here and look at events. Let's see. We want mm, we want. Oh, it's just event. Okay. Oh, wrong button. So we just want to do events 20. Cannot list more than 15 events. Okay. Events 15. All right, so here's all of our events that we have set up. The one that I need to adjust is raffle drawing right here. So we need to go, now we do event edit. We'll copy the event ID and paste it. Now here's that event. So what we want is, uh, we've recently changed our event date for those to be on Saturdays instead of Fridays. So we need to change the event start to 2018 /10 /20. Okay. Now, when you do the start date, you also do the start time. And the way you do that is by putting a colon in, typing in the military time for it, which is going to be 19 colon, no, I'm sorry, you do a hyphen, 19 colon 30 colon 00, because you do hours, minutes, seconds, and then hit enter. It's adjusted. You can see right here it's been adjusted. And then the end date adjusted itself. Oh no, I'm sorry. You have to start with the end date when editing. So we do event end 2018 /10 /20 hyphen, and it'll end at 2000. There we go. And then we do the event start 2018 /10 /20 hyphen 19 30 0 seconds. There we go. It's as simple as that. And then you just confirm it. Although this says have a recurrence, we'll just go ahead and confirm this. Sorry. Event confirm. There we go. Very simple. Like I said, you want to have access to your commands because there's a lot. Because you can also edit your announcements. You can edit the calendar itself. Um, you can pull up a list of events. You can pull up a list of announcements. Um, in order to edit anything, you have to first pull up the list. That way you can copy the ID number for them. And otherwise, very simple, very user-friendly, excellent bot. I highly recommend this bot. Um, and that's it. That's all I've got for you today. I appreciate you sticking with me. I know I'm not the greatest speech expert. This is my first video, and I really appreciate you watching. I decided to do this as a uniform blanket for anybody. That way, anybody can jump in and watch this because there is not another tutorial um, on YouTube. I've searched. I searched for it. I figured this out myself through trial and error. My guildmates can tell you it was a little bit of a pain in the butt, but we got it figured out. Uh, told my partner I'd create this video for him, and I just decided to go ahead and make it a blanket video. That way, people can watch this tutorial to get the basics down. If you have any questions, leave a comment. Um, I'm not going to be like everybody else and be like, oh, like and subscribe, because I'm not doing this for that. I want everybody to be able to do this on their own without anybody's help. And if you need it, it's here. So have a wonderful day, and thank you for watching.